The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, and Newy Scruggs.
Hey everybody, it is Friday, and we thank you so much for joining us right here on the Players Lounge. I'm Newy Scruggs, longtime Cowboys reporter, joined by Barry Church and Danny McCray. Fellas, how are we doing as we get ready for the Steelers and the Cowboys Sunday at Jerry World?
I'm good, man. My TV has been taken up by election stuff all week, so I'm ready to see some football, a full day of it, and hopefully, a surprise from the Cowboys. So I'm not excited to see what happens to us, but I mean, since I have to watch, I'm hoping for something special.
Yeah, well, sorry if I sound a little echoey. I'm having a little trouble with hey, it happens to the best of us, all right? It happens to the best of us, but I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great on this Friday. Feel good Friday, man. Hopefully the Cowboys got something competitive for us this weekend. And I tell you what, man, I've been sleeping on this show. I watched it yesterday with the wife, The Bachelorette. I don't know if y'all have ever watched it or if ever seen anything.
No.
But I've been sleeping on that show, man. I'm telling you, it gets you going a little bit. I'm telling you, man, just check it out. Don't knock it till you try it. I've slept on it too long. I mean, it's a decent show.
Yeah, I did it too. Don't worry.
Hey, man,
listen,
don't do this to yourself on this show. Really, don't.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know.
Listen,
don't knock it until you try it.
Watch.
Yeah, Church.
Don't knock it until you try it.
Church, I'm not gonna
in the background. He knows what's good.
I'm not gonna hate on you, man, because I've been watching some stuff that I never thought I would watch. So I mean, if you say it's good and it keeps you entertained, man, then go ahead and go for it. I might have to check it out just if you say it's that good. But if it's not, I wouldn't give you a phone call, bro. You'd be getting a phone call.
It's one of those shows where it's so bad it's good. Like it just keeps you entertained, man. I'm telling you,
real quick. The wide receiver out of Allen is on that show. That was at the Cowboys. Yes.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if it was. Is that the one? Is that the Black Bachelor? They talked about putting
which
on
guy?
The show? Is that the guy?
No.
No, this dude's name is like Dale or something like that.
What's his name, Church?
Yeah. So.
Dale. His name's Dale.
Dale's that guy, yeah.
And
the wide receiver from the
It's
Cowboys
funny because
I can't believe this is what
the
we're doing.
Allen
Man.
kid. I can't remember what the kid
Me neither.
was.
Me neither. I thought.
Texans.
What can't you believe, Newy? What can't you believe right now?
We're sitting here, you and Chris Beam, we're sitting up here trying to remember a contestant's name of the Bachelorette on a football show. I mean, what are you guys going to break down next? Real Housewives?
I'm just,
Beverly Hills? I mean, come on.
Hey,
don't knock it. I'm telling you, don't knock it till you try it, man. I'm telling you.
No. I'm knocking it, okay? I'm knocking it, all right? If your wife, if you all sit down and watch this stuff, that's fine, but don't try to spin this on me, okay? I'm not watching this stuff. My wife doesn't want to watch this stuff.
Hey, I ain't forcing you. I ain't forcing you. I'm just letting you know. Good TV is out there, man.
She told you to watch. I understand.
You're right. You're right about that. You're right about that. But I ended up enjoying my experience. I enjoyed the experience, and I'll be back next week. I'll tell you that much. It was a cliffhanger. They left us on a cliffhanger, man. I don't want to spoil anything for too many people out there, but they left us on a cliffhanger. I'll be back next week. Just know that.
McCray, here's why he watches The Bachelorette. Okay, so Church sent us pictures today, early in the morning, about him out on the golf course. I can tell you how this golf life works when you have multiple children. All right, you tell your wife you want to go out to go golf. That's 4 to 5 hours out of the day. You're not there with the kids. She's there with the kids. So when Church comes home, Church owes. Okay, you owe, Church. So part of you owing is you got to sit there and have your manhood taken away watching The Bachelorette.
Listen. I want to know what else is on that list of stuff to do. For him to end up at the golf course that early.
What would you say, D? Mac? Couldn't hear you, man.
I said I want to know what else is on that list of stuff to do for him to end up at the golf course so early, man. I look, we got Newy hitchhiking to get his job done to make sure that he got some time to do the show. We got you over here watching The Bachelorette, and Lord knows what else you got to do to make sure that you go get your 92 shooting golf in. So I mean we learning some stuff on the show, man. And not just about the Cowboys, but about you guys personally, and I love it.
One day we're gonna find out about McCray. One day we're gonna find out what McCray got to do.
So Barry, since you watching The Bachelorette, you so pulled in. Which do you prefer, The Bachelor or The Bachelorette?
I'm gonna go. You know what? I've never seen The Bachelor, the one. I've never seen that one yet, so I can't judge those two. But I tell you what, I did watch. I watched The Bachelorette, and it was amazing. Don't knock it till you try it, Billy. I'm telling you. Don't knock it. It's a great show. It's a great show.
You watching Dance with the Stars too? What else you got you watching?
I did watch that when D Ware was on. I watched it when D Ware was on. I thought he should have won, you know what I'm saying? But that's beside the point. But it's nowhere near The Bachelorette. Dance with the Stars, but it's nowhere near The Bachelorette.
What else does she have you watching? You got to watch the Shaws of Sunset. What else you got to watch over there?
I watched that. I watched that though. I watch a lot of Bravo shows.
You know what time? You know what time? It's Cowboys football. That's what time it is. Man. We got coming in here on Sunday. You know, it's
Bravo TV. Barry Church on Bravo TV.
Own it, Church. Own it, Church. Own it. It's cool, bro.
HGTV as well. HGTV as well. For your home remodeling, all that stuff.
Love It or Listed. TV out there. Shows you watching out there? Love It or Listed.
Married Millions.
Newy, goodness, you know all of them. I said, I watch all the ones you name except The Bachelorette. So I mean, I don't, I'm gonna have to hop on Church side with this one. You really know all the reality shows.
Now here's how I know him. I'm glad you brought that up. Here's how I know him. So when I used to have my own show on NBC Sports Radio, I would have Kyle Petty, a frequent guest. So he'd come on about 2-3 times a month. And Kyle, former NASCAR driver and an analyst for NBC Sports. When we would I'd try to ask him about college basketball because he lives over in North Carolina, or football. He just knew it. I don't like any sport but NASCAR. He says I don't watch anything else. I said, so what do you watch? And he started telling me and listing all the shows on Bravo. So he's a big Real Housewives guy. And at that time they were doing the Real Housewives of Dallas. So all right, man, break it down. And he would break it down and he would tell me about all these different shows that he watched. And he'd be like, guess what? There's a lot of guys in the garage that watch this, man. There's a lot of guys that are on this show. So how do I know them? I would go through, before the show started, I would get on the Bravo web pages, all right, and I'd start asking him about these shows. And he would break them down. He watched it, man. He lived for it. So that's why I know about Shaws of Iran and Love It or Listed or $1 Million Listing. And now
you get the name wrong.
So we just go blame it on old Kyle Petty, huh? All right. It's all good.
Church, check him out. The first time he said the name of the shows, he was perfect. And now when he trying to pivot it off, to throw it off on somebody else, he starts saying the titles of the shows all wrong. Nah, bro, we know what the show is.
It's all good. Just own it, dude. It's all good. You gotta own it, brother.
I got no reason to lie to you, gentlemen. I got no reason to lie. You want to watch The Bachelor and you doing what your wife tells you, good on you, man. I'm happy for you. If that's what it takes to get out to the golf course, you should watch, okay? You should watch.
You know what they say, man. You ain't got a lot to kick it, man. You ain't got a lot to kick it, no. We all know what's going on, man.
We know what's going on with you. I know what you're doing, man. And trust me, that's why I don't play golf, man. I can't go to my wife and tell her I'm about to spend 4 or 5 hours out on the golf course and I got 3 kids. It's going to be something to pay of, okay, well, I need you to do this.
If you're good, it's 3.5.
So, and that's why you're shooting at 92.
Yeah, I'm out there for about 4 and some change. I'm out there.
Exactly. I tell you, I don't want you to pull your hamstring because you're doing all that strenuous exercise on the golf.
Oh, here we go.
How's that tennis game?
So gentlemen, we don't have a president. We don't have a quarterback here for Sunday. So Mike
He said president.
to the end. So Garrett Gilbert or Cooper Rush, those are the choices. So as we sit here on Thursday, are we standing by our choices? McCray, you said Gilbert. Church, you said Cooper Rush, and I am siding with McCray here with Gilbert. We good? Are we still gonna stand by these choices for starting quarterback?
I mean, yeah. Of course, I'm going with Cooper Rush out there, man. I think he gives us our best opportunity. Now, that is a slim opportunity, but I think he gives us our best opportunity out there. I think he'll at least protect the ball. I mean, I don't see him going out there and just trying to go willy-nilly sidearm and throwing the ball all over the place. I think he'll be able to protect the ball. He won't put the ball in harm's danger. And I think he'll give the receivers their best chance to make plays out there. He'll be able to throw it up to Coop, throw it up to Lamb, maybe get what's the cat's name? Gallup. Maybe get Gallup involved a little bit up on some jump balls. But overall, man, I think Cooper got to give us the best opportunity.
Now I'm sticking with mine. I'm not sure. You know, like I said, we hadn't seen any one of these guys, so I'm sticking with what I got. And now who knows? You know, they still trying to play it close to the chest, which is, you know, the McCarthy way. But I mean, I don't think the Steelers really care. There's not much film out there on either one, so whoever you put out there, they're going to play the same defense. But I'm still sticking with Gilbert.
Now, another reason why you listen to all the great podcasts we have on DallasCowboys.com, including the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com. Mickey has been talking about Mickey Spagnola has been talking about how Garrett Gilbert was playing in that old AFF league, and he was with the Orlando Apollos. I want to say that team was coached by Steve Spurrier, but started 8 games, and that was when the league folded. That was the best team in the league. I bring that up to say he has at least had 8 games where he started in professional football. It's not the National Football League. Lord knows it's not the Pittsburgh Steelers, but it is some experience. And that gives him more experience in terms of starting professional football games than Cooper Rush. And that's something I'm just throwing this out here as you start to think about where they're going with this. And I'll be interested to hear what Mike McCarthy has to say after the game on Sunday of why he chose to go with which either quarterback, their 4th different starting quarterback of the season as they face the undefeated team and number 1 in most people's power ranking, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I mean, either way, either quarterback you throw out there, in my opinion, it's going to be rough. I mean, you got T.J. Watt coming off one side. You got Bud Dupree coming off the other side. You know, our patchwork offensive line, we got Zach Martin in there, but he can't block 5 guys at once. And then that's not even mentioning the guys in the middle they got in there, Cam Hayward and those boys. So for me, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a real tough one. And their secondary, they're not slouches either. I mean, they got Joe Hayden out there. They got some cats out there, Minka Fitzpatrick, who seems to make plays seemingly every week, whether it be down in the box against the run, blitzing, or whether it be against pass coverage, intercepting passes. So for me, I mean, this is going to be a tough one all the way around for our Cowboys offense. Our defense, on the other hand, if we're able to use some of that momentum we have from Philly as far as the defensive line is concerned, I think we can bother Ben Roethlisberger a little bit, and I think it can make it a lot closer than people are assuming. But overall, just that power of that defense on the Steelers side of the ball is going to be a little bit too much to overcome.
Yeah,
okay,
same here.
Go ahead, McCray. Go ahead.
No, just same here. I mean, Church may be a little bit more optimistic about our defense versus their offense, but I think DeMarcus Lawrence has a decent game, but I think they scheme him up. You know, they don't let him get that many one-on-ones, and we still haven't been able to stop the run, so that's an issue. And they have some receivers back there that can give us some trouble. And Ben Roethlisberger is not Carson Wentz, so I think we're going to have our hands full on defense as well.
All right, let's get our first break in here. We're hanging out, by the way, at our SWBC Mortgage Virtual Home Studios. The running game, that's something that we've talked about. Hey, Cowboys going up against the Steelers, first-time NFL starting quarterback here, quarterback's best friend's a run game. There's going to be a potential issue with the run game on Sunday. We'll dive into that next right here on the Players Lounge on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Hey there, Cowboys fans. With Tide Cleaners at-home pickup and delivery, cleaning your clothes has never been more convenient. Simply sign up at your local store, set out your dirty clothes, and one of our Tide Cleaners professionals will come directly to your home for a totally contactless experience. Your clean garments will be returned promptly the next scheduled delivery day, so skip the errand and enjoy life, not laundry. Visit TideCleaners.com or your local store to sign up for Tide Cleaners at-home pickup and delivery today.
Just like all of you, we at SeatGeek can't wait until we're back in the stands at full strength cheering on the Cowboys and singing along to our favorite songs again. We're using this time to make discovering, buying, and selling tickets to events in Dallas easier. Plus, every ticket purchased on SeatGeek is protected by our buyer guarantee, which means you'll get your money back or better if your event is canceled. Guaranteed. Download the SeatGeek app today, and when the time is right, let's go. SeatGeek.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way. Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
We're back with a tasty treat that's sweeping airwaves and taste buds. It's new Dr. Pepper and Cream Soda. Let's take a listen.
Dr. Pepper and Cream Soda's here. A new combo that's music to my ears, okay. Let's play. Cream Soda and Dr. Pepper time. Pour it in a glass of ice.
Ah, music to my ears and mouth. New Dr. Pepper and Cream Soda.
A delicious duet.
Back to the Players Lounge.
All right, Players Lounge with you here on a Friday, brought to you by Hotels.com. Don't miss your chance to get tickets to see the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium this season with home matchups against the Steelers, Washington, 49ers, and Eagles. Those are the games remaining there, and a limited number of tickets are on sale now. Get yours today at DallasCowboys.com/tickets. And if you're going to the game on Sunday, be prepared to see a lot of terrible towels. When the Steelers come to town, their fans go out and buy tickets. And back in the day when I used to own season tickets, there were certain franchises that and teams, when they came to town, you could double and triple your money. That's just how it is. The Steelers are one of those where their fans will pay higher prices. And there are going to be some Cowboys fans who start to sell tickets as the team's losing. Always happens that way. Always. I remember one year when the Cowboys had a rough season, one of my wife's friends who said she's going to buy her husband some, it was the Jets. The Jets were coming to town in December. And it was October when she said, I told her, hold off and wait. I said, this is going to be a rough year for the Cowboys. And by December, when the Jets get here, the ticket should be pretty low. And sure enough, they ended up buying a ticket for low prices. But I expect Steeler fans to pay double. And it's going to be a large Steeler crowd on Sunday. I'm telling you that right now. I had one of my boys who told me he was coming from Cleveland. He's a Steeler fan with his son. But because of COVID, they didn't make it. But there's plenty of Steelers fans who live here. I mean, that's another thing. There's plenty of Steeler fans who live right here in DFW. I don't know if you just drive around, start looking at bumper stickers, you'll see a bunch of them there. So it's going to be something to see on Sunday. It's how that crowd responds.
Man, you brought up a sore memory. I remember that Jets game, man. That was 2015, I think, when we were like, 4-12? That was a dagger right there. I mean, it was a rough season. That was a long year. And McCray, you was part of that year, weren't you?
You knew he was going to bring that up after what he just sent us on Twitter. He got to find a way. What's next? How you going to pivot that into what you just sent us on Twitter? Go ahead and say something about it so we can move on.
No, we talk about the Steelers at hand, all right? The Steelers at hand. And we talked earlier about, during the week, hey, this is a game where you want to establish the run. Well, later on during the week, we found out Ezekiel Elliott was injured. He's got a hamstring issue. He suffered on that play against the Eagles when he was trying to run down on that fumble recovery. He was trying to run it down, ended up hurting his hamstring. Mike McCarthy yesterday, I want to make sure I get this correct. I said Mike McCarthy today said he thought Elliott would do more at practice Thursday than what he did. Offensive coordinator Kellen Moore says it's a wait-and-see thing. So come Sunday, we're going to see Tony Pollard. How much we see of Tony Pollard is going to be very interesting. If they decide to go ahead and sit Ezekiel Elliott, with this hamstring against the Steelers, get the bye week going, and maybe get him back from Minnesota. Rico Dowdle's their third running back. So we could see some Rico Dowdle, a whole lot of Tony Pollard. McCray, how are you feeling about this news that Garrett Gilbert or Cooper Rush won't be able to turn around and hand that ball off to 21 the way we thought they could?
Listen, I was worried about this earlier this week when he popped up on the injury report, out of nowhere, and he's killing my fantasy team. Him and Amari Cooper, and I'm more worried about us. But the thing about this is, we had started to see Pollard, tear into Ezekiel Elliott's opportunities to run the ball and do some things on offense. So I think the coaching staff, if Ezekiel Elliott is limited, they'll get a little bit of more of what they want, and they'll get to see a little bit more of Tony Pollard without having to hear anything from the fans about why they didn't give Ezekiel Elliott more carries. So this really might play into their hands, so they can really see what Tony Pollard has and see if he's the future moving forward.
Man, this is tough right here. This is, I mean, if it just seems like people are dropping like flies out there, man. I mean, I won't be surprised if we see another, couple injuries coming up, just popping up, and guys kind of. Man, this is tough. I mean, we thought we would at least get, Ezekiel Elliott out there and he'd be able to at least kind of ground and pound and try to wear down the Steelers defense and at least give him a little bit of a play action chance out there. But, I mean, if Zeke's not in the game and Zeke's not really playing that much, I mean, I don't see these Steelers, they're going to pin their ears back. TJ Watt, Bud Dupree, those boys on the defensive line, they're not worried about Tony Pollard, hurting them through the run game. They're going to pin their ears back and they're going to go straight for whoever's in there, Gilbert or Cooper Rush. So, I mean, this is going to be a tough one, and hopefully, Tony Pollard can step his game up and kind of fill those shoes. But I mean, overall, this one got to hurt the Cowboys.
Mike McCarthy did say that he's impressed in what he's seen from Tony Pollard, and obviously Tony Pollard getting to work this week, and Zeke will be a Sunday game day decision about what it is they decide to do. So, look, we've talked before about how here's an opportunity to play some kids and see what they can do. So, and this is my thing. I'll be interested to see how you guys feel about it. If Elliott is not 100%, and that's pretty much what they're telling us, and you're playing a Steeler team that is arguably the best in the league right now, and you're a 14-point underdog at home, would it be better off to rest him and have him for other games than to try and get him out there and possibly hurt that hamstring against the Steelers? Your thoughts?
I think it all depends on how bad that hamstring's hurt. Like if he's able to do something, and that little Saturday walkthrough, he tested out a little bit, and he's able to get up to let's just say 75%. I say he gives it a shot and goes out there, because I mean, just him being out there alone can add an extra confidence boost. I mean, we've seen that in the past with quarterbacks who've come in and they're not 100%, but just them being on the field kind of elevates the play of their teammates. So this just depends on how bad it is. Now, if it's severe enough to where he feels it on every cut and every time he tries to open up, then I say you just got to shelf it up and just rest it up for next week, because there's no point in going out there and hurting yourself and then obviously hurting our team going out there and not being able to perform at your highest. So for me, if it just depends on how hard it is, and if it's too hard, then you just got to go ahead and shelf it up for next week. But we'll see. Hopefully, this Tony Pollard show comes along and he's able to step it up.
Yeah, and I'm going to say it this way. Listen, because from what I've been seeing, they really want to see what Tony Pollard has, and this is their perfect opportunity to get that done without having any pushback. So if Ezekiel Elliott has any feeling of anything when he's trying to open up a cut, I would just save him. We already know what to expect from the Pittsburgh Steelers, but yeah, save him for the rest of the season, because you're going to be leaning on that running game for the rest of the season. So this is your chance to see what Tony Pollard has and keep Ezekiel Elliott healthy.
Hey man, who knows? Maybe we open it up. Maybe Tony Pollard comes in here and we just open things up, go four wide outs, one running back, and just do an air raid offense. I don't know.
Here you go.
I'm grasping at strings right now, man. Maybe we could do that. Slow down this rushing a little bit. I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Is that what Nostradamus is feeling? Is that what he's seeing for Sunday? Is Nostradamus seeing that? Are you getting a feel?
If it was me back there, all right, is that what you're asking? If you're asking if it was Nostradamus with the headset on, I mean,
I'm saying, since you can see the future, right? You know, Nostradamus, you kind of like the psychic
you're right
guy. I'm
about
saying, do you see us doing what you just said? Is that why you mentioned it, or is it just, you know, you just throwing it out there?
I could see us doing something like that. I mean, something to where he's 3-step dropping, he's getting the ball out of his hands quick. I mean, without Zeke, I mean, we pretty much knew this run game wasn't going to be where it was at, you know, in years past. So for me, why not? Why not switch it up? Go 4 wideouts. Go 11 personnel the whole time. Spread the ball open. Let Cooper rush. Let Gilbert, whoever's in there, 3-step drop, quick step, throw the ball quick. I mean, what else you got to lose? I mean, what else you got to lose out there?
Newy, on record, what is the biggest, the largest margin of victory for the opposing team versus the Cowboys? Because Church is asking for it.
I'm just saying, man.
I always will remember in 1985, it was Thanksgiving Day, and, you know, for me, you know, being a kid, you know, all right, 3 o'clock, that meant the Cowboys were on and the Chicago Bears were coming to town. Like, all right, Cowboys against the Bears. This Bear team is really good, they're undefeated, so let's see what the Cowboys can do. Man, Bears won 44-0. That was a rough day. So I don't think the Steelers will be able, and I don't think they will do a 44-0. And also, it wasn't just the score. It was the absolute way they totally destroyed the Cowboys, and just everywhere you turn, there was a Chicago Bear defender just dragging somebody down. It was rough, man. So I don't think the Steelers will ever be able to put up a performance like we saw that Thanksgiving Day when the Bears ate up the Cowboys.
So you basically calling for a massacre, Newy. You basically calling for a massacre this Sunday.
I'm just saying we won't see anything like that. It will not be that.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No, this is where this goes, Church. I guarantee you, if they go 4 wide and they try to throw the ball all over the place, you're going to start seeing some quick 3-and-outs, and then you'll be down 21 points in the first quarter. So there will be an opportunity for a massacre. I'm just saying, only if we play the way that Nostradamus said he could see us playing, which I don't see that happening. But if we go out there and we go 3-and-out, trying to throw the ball around the place with Gilbert or Cooper Rush, yes, Newy, it will be a worse than 44-0.
I mean, it's like pick your poison. You going to run 3 times with Pollard? I
mean, we know now not to believe that Barry out here hoping. That's all Barry out here doing, hoping. You know, just replace the Obama poster and just put Church on there. Hope. That's all Barry out here doing these predictions. Hoping. You know, that's why he picked the Cardinals. That's why he picked the Cowboys 28-21 to beat the Cardinals on Monday. You and I said no.
We're bringing up old stuff.
Against Washington, Church picked Dallas to win 28-17. I mean, and we all went with that. I mean, Church out here hoping now, man. His picks each week are hoping, and so that's where he is. And I understand it. He's hoping. I'm not hoping anymore. I'm being a realist. And speaking of Ezekiel Elliott, I don't know if there's a player that I've seen affected more by the absence of Dak Prescott than Zeke. And the first thing I thought of when they said no hamstring this week is, boy, that totally seals the fact that young man's not going to make the Pro Bowl this year. And then I thought to myself, is there anybody on the Cowboy team this year that is going to end up making the Pro Bowl? And you know, Zach Martin has been a staple. But does he make it, considering he's missed time this year and the offensive line is just so bad for the Cowboys? I mean, that to me is something I really am wondering. At the end of the year, is there going to be a player on the Cowboys that makes a Pro Bowl?
I think at the end of the year, I think Zach will make it just off a name alone. I mean, we've seen it
reputation
time and time again. Yeah, just off of reputation alone, we've seen it time and time again where guys, they don't have the greatest of seasons, but you know, just on reputation of being one of those great players, they seemingly make the Pro Bowl. Now, if you were saying All-Pro team, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I can't really see having anybody on the All-Pro team, but Pro Bowl, I think, you know, Zach Martin might make it. Defensive side of the ball, I mean, there's got to be a night and day switch for somebody to make the Pro Bowl team on the defensive side of the ball. But overall, I think Zach Martin, he might give us the best chance at least having one guy on there.
Yeah, I don't see us having anybody. And Newy, I want to go back to what you said about Dak Prescott being out, having the biggest effect on Zeke. Is that what you think it is? Because Zeke was slipping a little bit before Dak went out. And I think the biggest effect on Zeke's performance this year and ability to get those big plays has been, one, Kellen Moore, and two, CeeDee Lamb being picked up in the drafts. I think those are the two biggest things that have held Zeke back this year, because I think our whole game plan has changed, and we tried to turn into one of those teams that throw the ball around the yard 40, 50 times without focusing on the run, and that also goes into Kellen Moore's play calling.
We also lost three All-Pros on the offensive line. We also lost that too.
You go and you look at just what Washington and Philadelphia, just two NFC East teams, and what the game plan was. Jack Del Rio, Washington, boom, go ahead, beat us. Try and beat us with your arm, okay? Go ahead, Andy Dalton. He wasn't scared. He wanted to stop the run. Jim Schwartz on Sunday night with the Eagles, it was all about, hey, we're going to stop this run here. We're going to see if one of these quarterbacks can beat us with their arm. And common sense tells you that's what the Steelers are going to do. And so for Ezekiel Elliott, you go from hey, here's Dak Prescott, here are these weapons, here's what they could do, and even guys worrying about Dak's ability to use his legs, to just, hey man, we're stacking this box, you're not going anywhere, and we know these quarterbacks are untested, these quarterbacks are unproven, and it's going to affect 21. So it'll be next to impossible for him to make it. And you also have to think about just some of the other running backs that are in the conference. I mean, you look at Dalvin Cook and the way he's played, and Aaron Jones, who has been hurt, but he's been effective this year. So it's always tough because you got a lot of good backs. But now with, as you said, Barry, you're down offensive lineman. You're down the quarterback. I mean, heck, you're even down a tight end. It's hard. It's going to be hard for him to make it, because I just think when they play Minnesota, when they play Baltimore, when they play the 49ers, everybody's going to say, let's stop 21 and we'll see if the quarterback can beat us. But we're not going to allow 21 to have any type of daylight against us. Let's take a break here. Let's take a break. When we come back, Nostradamus, a.k.a. Barry Church, is going to make his prediction as the Cowboys take on the Steelers. The Cowboys came into this one 14-point underdog. I don't know if that line may even gone up since the news came out about Ezekiel Elliott and the hamstring, and possibly is a game-time decision. So let's dive into that. Players Lounge brought to you by Hotels.com right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Want to show your Texas and team pride too? You can. By purchasing your own Stetson, you can look just like how the flag guys do on field at every home game. Stetson hats, the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys, and your favorite football team.
Get yours today at shop.dallascowboys.com or at stetson.com.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Hey there, Cowboys fans. With Tide Cleaners at-home pickup and delivery, cleaning your clothes has never been more convenient. Simply sign up at your local store, set out your dirty clothes, and one of our Tide Cleaners professionals will come directly to your home for a totally contactless experience. Your clean garments will be returned promptly the next scheduled delivery day, so skip the errand and enjoy life, not laundry. Visit TideCleaners.com or your local store to sign up for Tide Cleaners at-home pickup and delivery today.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Players Lounge brought to you by Hotels.com. I'm Newy Scruggs, longtime Cowboys reporter, joined by 2 former Dallas Cowboys players, Barry Church and Danny McCray. I'm repping the Drew Pearson 88 hat. Drew Pearson, in February will be up for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's the only seniors nominee. I expect Drew to get in, so this will become a Hall of Fame.
He's got to get in.
February of 2021, he'll get in. He will get. I did tell him this.
He can't get.
I told him this because Drew and I are a long time. I said, look, man, I need you to make sure you keep your life clean, okay? I said, you can't do nothing crazy, okay? I don't need you to see you in some white Bronco somewhere. Say, I need you to be as clean as possible, all right? No, you can't get arrested. You can't do nothing, okay? You just need to be quarantined, man, until you get in this Hall of Fame. They'll give anybody a reason not to vote for you. And I'm joking, but I'm serious. I'm like, look, don't give any, you're here. You're here. Only you can mess this up. So don't mess it up.
There's no possible way they don't select him, right? He's the only one that hasn't made it from the all-decade teams and all that. So, he has to make it, right? Am I tripping?
No, you're correct. He's the only member of the all-1970s first team, all-decade, not in. He's the only one. And what was so upsetting for Drew this past February was they put in Harold Carmichael, who is second team all 1970s. And he's like, wait a minute, I'm first team, he's second team, I won a Super Bowl, I played in 3 Super Bowl games, he played in 1 Super Bowl game, and they got beat by 17 points. How the heck is this guy in over me? So, yes, it was a very, very tough day at the Drew Pearson household, but in its own ways, it's pretty incredible that in less than 7 months, it all changed. He went from being frustrated and in tears to tears of happiness. And I remember he told me, and I was there, he says, they're not going to get me like this again. They're not going to get me like this. And he's going to have to go down to Florida for the Super Bowl, down there in Tampa. So he's going to have to go to the hotel room with his family and wait for the knock. And I said, are you going to go? Because you said they weren't going to get you like that again. He's like, yeah, I'm going. He says the whole
You got to go. You got to go.
You have to go. So how many guys go down there and they don't get the door knocked? Is it a lot of guys that go down there, or is it just a few and then only maybe 1 or 2 don't get the door knocked? That'd be rough if you weren't one of those guys that got picked.
I'll tell you that Everson Wall's story of it is really it's tough to hear, man, because he was a finalist and he went down there and he didn't get the knock. He didn't get the knock, and your whole family's there. You're anticipating it, and then of course you have the different people who tell you, "Hey, yeah, you're getting in," or "I talked to this writer and they said they're voting for you." So, this is the biggest professional accomplishment of your life. And for Everson, this is the tough thing about Everson and also for Drew Pearson. These guys had to wait forever to get in the room. It wasn't like they had 4 or 5 shots at the room. It was their only time. And Everson now is off to the seniors committee, and it's a lot harder to get in on the seniors committee. So it's tough. And then, of course, there are people who believe there's a Cowboy bias, and it makes it hard. But most of all, Drew is here, and I've told Drew that while it was tough for him to let all of the cameras in there, nationally, everybody saw the heartbreak. And people had sympathy for Drew. They hated to see what happened to him, and they all knew he had a Hall of Fame resume. It's not like this is a guy who didn't deserve it. And because of that, I truly believe that's how he became the lone seniors nominee committee, where they kind of say, hey, yeah, we did that guy wrong. And they're making it up for him. And it'll be, I remember the conversation he and I had, because I worked with Drew for 13 years. I grew up watching Drew Pearson. He was one of my favorite Dallas Cowboys. And I choked up when I called him, because I spent many a Sunday night before he even got in the Cowboys Ring of Honor, because there was a while there he wasn't even in that, where he was just wondering, would any of these things happen in his lifetime? And if it did happen, would he be alive, or would he be able to actually function to be there for him? So it's going to be pretty cool when he does get the knock. He'll get the knock. As I said, barring he doesn't do anything crazy. Okay, don't do nothing crazy, bro. Don't do anything crazy. All right.
Just hold on.
Exactly. Hold on. Let's pick this Cowboys-Steelers game for Sunday. Steelers favored by 14 points as they get ready to come into Jerry World. I'll go ahead and start. I got 38-13 Steelers.
Oh.
Church?
Okay.
Church, you want to go ahead and get us your bold prediction? You've been wrong the last couple weeks. Well, no, you got Philly. You got Philly right.
No, I was.
You got Philly.
Yeah, I was right. Philly, and then yesterday's game, I was like a point off. So I mean, I've been on a spree a little bit. Okay. I'm about to make it 3 in a row. All right, I'm about to make it 3 in a row. But
let's hear it.
For this game, I mean, it's a daunting task, man. You got one of the top defenses in the National Football League coming down here, and not only are they good in stopping the run and the pass, but they're also great in taking the ball away. And we know that's we've been doing too much of that lately on the offensive side of the ball for the Cowboys. So for me, their defensive line, I mean, they got those 2 edge rushers coming off, the guys on the inside. I mean, it'll be a little bit too much for Cooper Rush or Gilbert, whoever's in there at the time. And, I think they just overwhelmed the Cowboys. So, I say they're going to win this game. I'm going to say 35.
35.
Ooh, no. I'm going to say 24. I'm going to say 24-14. But the Cowboys cover the spread. There we go. Because the spread's at, 13 points?
Well, that's 14. 2 more losses for you. 2 more losses for you. Okay, all right. All right, I'm going to just...
cover the spread.
But you got the Steelers winning 24-14.
But, yeah, the Steelers going to win 24-14, but the Cowboys will make it interesting.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to just... I'm not going to go too deep into the analysis. I'm just going to say this. Zeke questionable. Dak out. Offensive line shuffling around. Defense not playing very well. Steelers have good receivers and a running game. We haven't stopped the run. I'm going Steelers 42-10.
42-10. You calling a massacre? We
on our 3rd string quarterback, possibly 4th, with a shaky offensive line who's injured, possibly not our star running back, and defense just starting to play okay, but it was just against the Eagles. So I'm not going to be fooled by what happened. I'm gonna just go with my honest opinion on what I think, and with a 4th string quarterback at this defense, I see it getting out of hand.
Cowboys are at the halfway point of the season. They are 2-6. Now, around the quarter, it was October 12th, exactly. October 12th, I said, all right, guys, let's recalculate our predictions, because I had the Cowboys going 11-5 and winning the NFC East, and I downgraded it to 5-11. And D-Mac, you went 7-9 at that time. In Church, you went 7-9, but you had the Cowboys winning the East. Are we still holding on to these recalculated things? No. I mean, here at the halfway point, do we need to?
My 7-9 is
adjustment?
Gone.
Okay.
My 7-9 is gone. I'm at what we at 2 right now. Man, I think we heading for possibly a 4-12 season. I've been there before, and it's looking real similar to how it looked when I was there.
D-Mac 4-12.
4-12, man. Just like D-Mac, I was a part of that season in 2015, and I mean, it was brutal. It was hard to get up and go to work each and every day because it was rough. I mean, we were down to about our 4th or 5th quarterback as well, but I mean, it just didn't seem as bleak as this because, we had Castle, we had Kidna, I think we had Wheaton was in there for a hot second, so we had some guys with some experience, but it was a rough season at 4-12. Man,
we were still waiting for Romo too. We had hope. Remember, we were like, Romo's gonna come back and save us.
Right, yeah, and he came back and broke it again.
Carolina game.
Well, no, we beat Miami. We beat Miami, and we were like, and he sent out the tweet. It was like, we're just gonna win them all. And then Carolina came in, and
And that was at like the height of Carolina's powers. I mean, Cam Newton was, I think, an MVP that year. You had Josh Norman was on the move, and I mean, it was, man, I don't know what we were thinking that year. But anyway.
Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly. That's the one that broke his collarbone again.
Exactly. That's right. That was right.
Oof. That was a rough year. It was a hard year. Long year. But for me, I'm going to have to.
What's your readjustment?
I'm going to go a readjustment. I'm going to go 6-10. I'm still drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm still on this bandwagon. I don't know if it'll be enough to win the East, but I feel
4 games?
At least we'll get 4 games. I got us getting 4 games. Andy Dalton's coming back, all right? The Red Rifle is coming back eventually. And we're going to get 4 more games, man.
Nate, can you pick the 4? Can you pick what 4 teams are we beating? Please, before the show goes off.
We're going to beat Washington. We're going to beat New York. We're gonna beat Philly again. Or no, we're gonna beat Philly. We didn't beat them
again.
We're gonna beat Philly. We're gonna beat Philly. Okay. That's 3. And then we're gonna have to steal one.
Who's Cincinnati?
Steal one. And I think Cincinnati's gonna be the person we take it from.
Cincinnati's okay. All right.
And that's 6-10 right there. That's 6-10.
Woo!
You can't tell me those games aren't. You can't tell me those games aren't winnable.
I'm telling you.
Andy Dalton comes back. Those games are winnable for sure.
Andy Dalton played against Washington the first game. Andy Dalton was in the game against Washington, and we were getting blown out.
Look at the conditions. Look at the conditions. It was wet, rainy.
Oh, it was wet for them and rainy too.
The conditions were bad. When they come to Dallas, it's going to be a whole other story.
Okay, Church. I just want you to hear yourself. The Cowboys finished the first half of the season 2-6, and the 2 wins were miracle wins with Dak Prescott. You're now saying that they are going to finish the second half of the season 4-4. Oh, okay. I
gonna win 4 games. I gave y'all the formula. I gave y'all the teams that we're gonna beat. I got us beat Washington, Philly, New York, and we're gonna steal one. I don't even know if you can call that stealing. We just gonna beat Cincinnati. The Red Rifles coming back 6-10. That's what we're gonna be. 6-10.
Let me tell you something. I can't wait to go. I can't. Nick, it sounds. I can't. Hey, oh man! Newy, get him off the air.
Chris, recording this, right, Chris? This is recorded.
Right? We going 6-10. I gave you the 4. I gave you the 4 wins we're gonna get.
Okay.
And
a possible Baltimore steal because of Andy Dalton.
I got 4 and a possible. All right.
You about to renege? That's what you about to do. You about to lose 2-6.
About to renege? Yes.
The Red Rifle is coming back. All right. You can't tell me these games aren't winnable if he's in the quarterback.
We're telling you
with Danucci and them boys, I get a chance to
We're telling you
what I got going on, but
it's not happening.
If Dalton's out there, we got a shot.
Okay.
Now I'll say this. I'll say this. If they finish this second half of the year 4-4, like you're saying, that's a major improvement for obviously the defense and this offense. That means that these coaches would have got this team and these players turned all around here. So that's what you're saying.
The defense is already riding a mini wave right now. They already got, they're feeling themselves a little bit. They got 4 turnovers against Carson Wentz and those boys. So they're riding a little bit of a wave right now. We're going against a juggernaut in Pittsburgh. So if we hold Pittsburgh to around 20 to 24 points, that confidence is going to build even more, and we'll get those victories I'm talking about and the possible. We'll see what happens. Though.
All right, we'll see where they...
Too much beer. Too much beer. I don't know what's wrong with Church.
Yes, the 19th holds, but he's definitely loaded up from the 19th hold. And we're going to see where they get all this offense. This is a team that hasn't scored a touchdown in 2 games, but they're about to overload the offense in the second half.
The games I told y'all are possible. They're going to win.
Baltimore's not possible.
Back in there.
Baltimore's not possible. Cincinnati not possible.
I got it. I wrote it down.
Cincinnati's definitely beatable. Cincinnati.
Okay.
They're definitely beatable.
Okay.
And Andy Dalton's going to do it.
He act like he's not watching the same stuff we've been watching. I don't know. He watched the tape from 2014 back when they went to the playoffs when he was on the squad. He's not watching the same team.
I'm telling y'all, that defense is coming together. The Red Rifle got 1 more week left. Concussion protocol, COVID, all that stuff. And then he'll be back and he'll be slanging that. I'm telling you.
Okay. All right. I can't wait.
Okay.
I can't wait.
All right. Everyone, you know where to find us. You know where to find us on Monday. Okay. As it all goes down, I'm Newy Scruggs, longtime Cowboys reporter, joined by 2 former Dallas Cowboys players, Barry Church and Danny McCray. Our producer is Chris Bean. We appreciate you checking us out all week long. Remember, you can check us out also on social media. Follow us on Twitter. You can retweet it. Tell a friend about the show. We appreciate it. Everybody have a safe weekend, and we'll all be checking out Cowboys Steelers on Sunday when they take on when they get together at Jerry World. Take care, everybody.
Red Rifle, baby. He's on the comeback.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!